Fern Creek, this has to stop, Briarstock meowed, his voice distressed. You know that the clan has to be fed first. If you keep eating your kills before taking them to the fresh kill pile, you'll be breaking the warrior code, and... Who cares? Fern Creek hissed, her fur bristling and her voice sharp with frustration. These are my kills. I shouldn't have to share them with any cat, even you. All you talk about anymore is this group of cats and their made-up rules. Who decided they get to be in charge? Why do I have to listen to what some self-appointed leader and his bratty sidekick have to say? We're our own cats, Briarstock, or at least we used to be. Fern Creek! Briarstock gasped, shocked by his mate's display of anger. Don't speak about Lionstar and Honeywish that way. You've heard the story of how Lionstar was made into the leader of the clan by StarClan themselves. Fern Creek gave another disbelieving snort, her pelt bristling with tension. And they have been nothing but kind to us since we came up here from the farm. Well, I wish we had never left the farm, Fern Creek meowed, her voice suddenly choked with emotion. At least we were together there. Here, all you do is pat after that snotty deputy and stuff your head with thistledown stories of starry cats, while they work you to the bone gathering food for queens and kits that aren't even yours. At least at the farm, we were happy together. Back there, you didn't need all these other cats and their clans and their codes. At least at the farm, I was enough for you. With an angry hiss, Fern Creek ran off into the bushes, leaving her mate Briarstock to stare after her in shock. Frost will be here soon. Doge shivered, as though already feeling the cold touch of Leaf Bear wrapping around her paws. Lionstar, we must get more herbs. I hardly have enough stores, and it's essential that we travel as far as we can to collect what is in the area before Leaf Bear. I can guide a patrol down there with Doge's, Honeywish meowed, casting a protective glance towards her medicine cat friend. I heard that White Branch Clan medicine cat talking to his clan about gathering herbs too. They may try to go to our odd herb place in our territory, and Doge's will need warriors to protect her in case they do decide to risk trespassing. Doge's lowered her eyes, a heavy sigh escaping her body. I hate the idea of denying any cat access to healing herbs, but the odd herb place is in our clan's territory, and defending it may very well be a matter of life or death within our clan. She closed her eyes and shivered again, forcing her thoughts away from the terrible idea of what she would do if she ever again had to make the choice between a sick cat in her own clan or another. Surely, if they were careful, there would be enough healing plants for everyone, wouldn't there? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Sims 3 Warrior Cats Challenge. And today we are deep in the forest with Moss Clan, who is getting ready to go on a very special patrol. Honeywish is actually coming over right now, and she is going to talk with the Lionstar for just a moment, and they're gonna figure out who's going to go on the patrol, who is going to be sent down to the Odd Herb Leaf Place, which is actually part of their territory. And today is going to be one of their herb gathering missions, and this is going to be very important. I'm trying to get a really cute picture. Hang on. Look at that little hedgehog. I want to leave that little hedgehog in for almost ever because he's just so cute. But today is going to be a very, very important mission because Leaf Bear is actually only a couple days away. So we really need to start hurrying on collecting all sorts of special herbs that the cats can use because right now there is not a lot in the medicine cat chest. Doge's only has a little bit in here. Well, you know what? She's got some in here. She has an assassin bug, and we've kind of thought that maybe the assassin bug can be used to counteract poisons and things like that. She's got a plasma bug, which, as you guys know, saved the life of the kit who was just born to Night Frost of Branch Clan. These plasma bugs can help bring a cat back from the brink of death, so being able to gather them up is extremely useful. We have a whole bunch of maple leaves and snake skins and feathers, but we don't really have any herbs, and so we need to gather up some plants that can be used to help the cats heal. And the only one who can really gather plants happens to be Willow. So for every one of the flowers that we give Willow, she can give back one harvest worth, or at least however much the flower is worth. Like this daisy is worth 5 simoleons, so that's like one opportunity for her to come over to a plant and come over here and be like, okay, we're going to harvest this plant, and then whatever she gets from that harvest will go and it will become like property of the medicine cat. And if she has a plant that's worth a little bit more, like these Sweet Williams are worth 200 simoleons, then she can harvest like 2 plants and give them them 2 harvests worth of herbs for the medicine cat. And this is going to be very interesting because we can also gather up seeds for Willow. So all of these seeds you see on the ground, we can let her either eat 3 of them and end up using that as like as though it were a plant. So she needs to eat 3 seeds per 1 flower, and that's kind of how it equates out. Or she can plant them, and we can see if the harvest is something that would be useful for the cats. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. I love this little aspect of kind of adding this extra layer from Sims 3 into the Warrior Cats challenge. But now we actually need to get started before the frost sets in and all of these plants go dormant. So we need to move quickly. All right, and apparently everybody is off. Oh, what are you going to watch? What are you headed off to watch, Mossleaf? I'm kind of tempted to let her catch whatever's over here. What are you? It's a pygmy tortoise and it's adorable. Oh, and there's one of the kittens. So there's Oak Kit. All right, I think Mossleaf is going to want to catch this really quickly because this is way too cool. A pygmy tortoise, is that rare? All right, and Dogaze, we're actually going to have Dogaze go over and sniff Lion Star. So yeah, we're going to get everything all kind of arranged. And then we are going to have Honeywish, Dogaze, Mossleaf, and Squirrel Leap, who looks like, oh, she's wrestling. She's wrestling with Crowfeather. Look at him go. But we're going to have all 4 of those cats go down, and they're going to patrol the border over by, let me show you guys really quick, the Odd Herb Place, which is what they call this area right down here. And they're going to see what things they can collect down here to be able to bring back to their home. And oh good, there's another flower. So if Mossleaf guides Willow over to this flower, that's another harvest worth of items they're able to collect, because the random generators are going to be starting very, very soon, my friends. We are going to be having the random generators decide what cats run into each other during patrols. Let's see if Mossleaf is going to get this adorable pygmy tortoise. And they're going to start leaving illnesses. If cats get into fights, the random generators will determine how bad the injuries are, and maybe even what the injuries need to be treated with. We need to come up with a wide variety of creative ailments, or even boost like extra perks, like getting rid of hunger or giving cats extra bonuses. In fact, we should look into the lifetime happiness to see if there's any cool extra bonuses we can get. Look at that pygmy tortoise. Mossleaf, I think it's so cute. She was so close to having one of her kids named like Turtle Kit because of how much she loves eating turtles and tortoises and lizards. She really loves lizards though, and geckos. All right, good luck, Mossleaf. But yeah, the random generators I'm still creating. You guys are asking for links all the time. I'm still working on making them. But I came up with a pretty interesting idea, and I wanted to see what you guys thought about it for a new random generator that would not only see if cats ran into each other on contested patrol zones. Oh, it's a pygmy tortoise, Mossleaf. What does it look like? It's so cute. It's a pygmy tortoise, and it's rare, so that means we can get rid of 1 empty chip bag. Sweet. All right, well, we'll go ahead and add this adorable little thing into the prey pile. I think Squirrel Leap is getting some food. And then we'll start moving the ladies. What are you doing over here, Squirrel Leap? Oh, she's eating right now. Good. So I think she just finished up eating, and that's good. But yeah, we'll have everybody come over, maybe say hello to each other really quickly, friendly, socialize. And Dogaze, she's just grooming herself. Where did Honeywish go? Honeywish is off to chase the forest spirit. So I think Honeywish knows that it's time to start going on a patrol. So let's have her come over and just get them all together. But yeah, I came up with an idea. So how are we going to know if these cats are going to happen to run into branch clan cats while they are out on their patrol? And there's also the risk that they could run into wild wolves and the wild foxes, which would be really nerve-wracking, and I don't know what we'll do if that happens. All right, let's have her come over and socialize with Dogaze for a second. Mossleaf, where are you? Mossleaf, come over here and say hello to Squirrel Leap really quickly. You guys all need to say hello, because then they're going to head down and they're going to start gathering up the herbs. Well, we are going to have random generators that are going to determine whether or not the cats run into a patrol in an area that kind of conflicts along the border boundaries with another clan. And then those random generators, at first I thought we would just roll it to see if they happen to run into a patrol at all. And then I realized we should make it super interesting and write up a list of what cats would normally be in what patrol groups together, and use the random generator to decide not only if the cats happen to run into a patrol of the other clan's these cats, but which cats they would run into. All right, so I think the ladies are ready to go. Honeywish as deputy is definitely, oh, she wants to pounce Squirreleap. That's so cute. And improve her hunting skill. And she wants to be best friends with the Lion Star. She wants to be best friends with Briar Stalk. She wants to be best friends with Squirreleap. That's super interesting. All right, we're going to come on down. And we're going to go ahead and bring the whole group down here to the odd herb place. So go here with, and we're going to take Dogaze, and we are going to take Squirreleap, and where's Mossleaf? There. No, that's Lion Star. Where's Mossleaf? There's Mossleaf. All right. All right. And they're all going to come on down here, and hopefully they won't run into anything. And, oh, who's that? Oh my gosh, who is this? Look, there's flowers across the way. We could get these flowers. Egon? Is this a cat or a dog? It looks like Branch Pelt? Do you have a stray child somewhere? Plot twist ahoy! I literally have no idea who that kitten is. Now I think it's like Branch Pelt's child. Oh gosh, and there's wildflowers over here. So we might have to have the cats come across Thunderpath. I hope they don't get hit by a car, because I have like generations worth of plots written up for these guys now. But if they get hit by a car, that throws all of my plots straight out the window. So we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, I'm really excited because the random generators will... see, there's a car now. Oh, come on down, ladies. Because the random generators will determine which cats run into each other on patrols. And sometimes that might mean that two really hostile enemies, like say if Honeywish decides she's going to have a big problem with Quail Eye, the deputy, then if two patrols run into each other and they're super hostile cats with each other, then of course they're going to fight. But say if two patrols ran into each other and they're two cats who had secretly been flirting, like at gatherings, then maybe those two cats will sneak off and start a secret romance. So I think it's going to add a lot of spice to not even know, like on my own, who is going to be part of the patrol until the random generator tells us. But we'll kind of write it up so they'll always be in groups that make sense for going together. Like I think Honeywish would always do her best to try to protect Dogaze, for example. And I don't think Mossleaf would leave very often, just when her Spirit of the Forest duties required her to leave. So once we get down here, look at everybody. All right. And I did roll, actually, and there was like a 1 out of 5 chance or a 20% chance that they could run into Branch Clan, and they didn't get that, and I don't see any wolves or anything here, so I think we'll be okay for just a minute. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. Dogaze, if I can, is going to come over, and she's just going to kind of like stalk for prey inside this garden, and Honeywish, in fact, let's go ahead, Squirreleap, she wants to leap on Squirreleap. Honeywish and Squirreleap are actually going to like train together for just a minute, and we're gonna, oh look, she wants to be best friends with Honeywish. That's so sweet. All right, we'll add that into her little selection there. And we're gonna say that that's them kind of patrolling the edges. And then we're gonna come over to this flower, and I apologize if things are going like a little slow at first. It's figuring out the details of how we're gonna pull this off. That's sort of tricky. And this is safely within their territory, so I don't think they should run into... there's weird thingies! Those nanite thingies. I don't think we'll actually let the cats collect those nanites or use them for anything unless it happens to be a cat. And I actually have a couple ideas in mind for other clans. Unless it happens to be a cat who ends up like finding meteors and can work with those. All right, so those two are going to be working. And Mossleaf is down here by her flower. So she's safely by her flower. Briarstalk, you should probably wake up and take care of yourself. Oh, and he wants to groom his mate, even though he and Fern Creek are beginning to have some fights. All right, and so now that Mossleaf is here, what we're going to do is we are just going to teleport Willow over to this spot. And I know that seems a little bit weird, but she's the spirit forest, the forest of the spirit. So I think it's okay for her to be able to say that she can come over. And then Mossleaf will go ahead and mark her. And that way we don't have to wait for Willow to walk over here. Remember, there's a little bit of like forest magic or ocean magic going on, cave magic going on. And then she can go ahead and mark Willow. By the way, it makes Willow really happy. She gets like this little marked moodlet. And then we're like, sweet. Okay, so now we can come over and pick this azalea. And we're going to let these two continue to train together. And Dogaze is going to just be hunting in the like herb area so she can try to figure out like which herbs to use for what. And then we'll have Mossleaf guide Oh, I hope we can harvest some of these. Hopefully we can. And then we will have Mossleaf guide Willow over here. So Willow just picked the azalea. Okay, so that's only worth 1 harvest. Okay, we'll have to remember that. At least there's plants across the way. There's not that many, like, she can commune with these plants. Are they not ready to harvest? Oh no, I thought they were ready to harvest and they're not. What are we gonna do? I really thought these plants would be ready for harvest and they're totally not. Everything is kind of dormant. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. I was relying on those to be like the herbs we were going to use. Oh boy. Okay. Mossleaf and Dogaze, I think, are going to have to go ahead. Man, are those really... Whoa, hang on, guys. Are those really dormant? Can I... And I can't do any... Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Alrighty then. Yep. Okay, so they weren't ready. They weren't ready in time. This is bad news bears, you guys. Well, at least the good news is we can give them some of the things that were already harvested. The bad news is I could have sworn these plants... Like there's green leaf and there's lavender and sweetgrass that they were going to gather. I could have sworn these were ready. What are we going to do? What are we going to do for the cats? Oh my gosh. I guess there's a glowing mushroom over there. We'll have to go and see if we can at least collect that much. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, kitties. We don't have any herbs. This is terrible. I think Dogaze is going to be like having a panic because the plants aren't ready. Oh, and she's catching a little snake. Go, Dogaze, go. I don't know what to do for her. Oh no. All right, well, I think we'll just have to have the cat's head across the way then. And, oh, geez, they almost got hit by like this 2-leg on a bike. Darn it. And Dogaze got a maple leaf, but not even the snake. Fudge knuckles. All right, well, we need to have them, I think we'll have them all come across the street. And then maybe they can look around here a little bit, see if there's anything. There's like lots of wildflowers to gather. This is really bad. I really don't know what they're going to do without any herbs for all of Leaf Bear. I thought that for sure this would, like, I really don't know what they're going to do. There's those little nanite things, but that's not going to help us. I mean, the best we've got... Oh, Mossleaf, are you crossing the street safely? Oh gosh, I'm so nervous about this. The best we've got are those the mushrooms over there. So I guess we can just go ahead and give... Yeah, we can go ahead and give Mossleaf. Alright, so these two made it across safely. Alright, come on, ladies. I like how Honeywish is like taking Squirrely up under her wings and like, okay, you've got to stay over here where it's safe. Oh, jeez. And there goes a monster. Alright, they could have almost got hit by a car. That's a 50-50 chance of death immediately. Oh boy, I think Dogaze is just going to have to do a lot of digging around. Oh man, that's really bad. So we don't have any herbs for the cats. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Well, let's have these two go here and go here. And they're just going to have to kind of patrol the area. Maybe work with each other. Mossleaf found another flower. So the good news is we should hopefully be able to use the flowers in the future at least. Oh, and apparently there's a deer around here. Oh, there goes a deer. Oh, and here's a rock. I mean, technically we could try collecting these rocks, but because it's against like the forest spirit's personality, like it's against Willow's personality, I wonder if we should collect the rock and use it in emergency trades with the cats of the Branch Clan. So Dogaze would be able to trade with the medicine cat of Branch Clan. All right, and you two, are you gonna be okay? You having fun? Good. All right, maybe they should try, we'll have these two stalk for prey as well. All right, and we've marked her so we can pick the Black-Eyed Susan. So there's another thing that we've got. So we've got another... All right, so that's another one flower. But yeah, maybe we could have her go ahead and kind of exchange like one flower for a rock, and then the rock can be given to Dogaze, and Dogaze can use it in emergency trades with branch clan, but we're gonna have to think about that. I think right now she would just be totally frantic because she kind of needed those plants, and we kind of don't have anything except what's already in Willow's inventory, and I don't really know where we're gonna make red berry beans. The only thing I can really think of is maybe that could help with like general stomach aches, and the hibiscus we were kind of thinking could help elders perk up a little bit, like get some good energy. But the only like valerian seeds I was thinking could be something super useful. This is bad. They might have to roam really far afield just to try to find anything, and I don't think that's going to happen this time. Oh boy. All right, well, let's just send Mossleaf around. The best we can do is at least collect these plants. Oh, this is too bad. All right. And Dogaze is over here. Oh geez, who's this? It's a two-leg. Dogaze, run for it. Don't get caught. Did you at least catch the sneaky bird? Ah, she didn't. Man, Dogaze is having a really bad time. I do not think she's going to be happy. All right, and we'll bring Willow over here. Oh, boy. Well, that threw a monkey wrench into the plans for sure. All right, hang on, Mossleaf. We need to have you gather up as many of these as possible. Nope, you need the marker. Sorry. There we go. Well, this is bad, you guys. This is very, very bad. I think we'll have her gather up that mushroom. I don't know if mushrooms are available during the winter, so, oh boy. At least we can do the mushroom. All right, we'll pick this. And then Mossleaf, you saw the other plants over here. So we'll bring her this away. Go here. And I think she would be feeling, oh, there goes the deer. I think she would be feeling a little frustrated because she knows that her wonderful spirit of the land is able to contribute so much. But I think that oh, and now Honeywish, they're not catching anything over here either. They're going to go back like empty pod, and they're not going to have much. And oh boy, I don't think this is going to go well. Okay, Squirreleap, you need to stalk for prey. I know you're really tired. And this is Squirreleap's like first expedition out. So I think she'd be feeling a little bit stressed too. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think that Mossleaf is going to feel really confused because this is going to be her first leaf bear with Willow. Alright, let's go ahead. And we've got to mark her a couple times, and then she can pick up these two flowers. And then we can send her over to be able to pick up, there's a whole bunch of seeds over here we might collect. That kind of counts as another flower, but we've got lots of flowers, just nothing to be able to use it on. Are we going to have to go on like long-term emergencies? Oh my gosh, and Dogaze is still, they're just finding empty chip bags. Dogaze, I'm so sorry. I wonder if they're gonna have to go on some long-term like searching expeditions trying to find plants that are currently blooming. Oh boy, I feel really bad for them. All right, and then let's see, she also wants to groom Lion Star, so let's get her go ahead and collect up these two. Yeah, they might have to, that might be like the last thing they do before Leaf Bear sets in. Do we have to go all the way over to the like farm? Do we need to search along here? What are we gonna do, you guys? I thought there were gonna be plenty of herbs, and now there's nothing, and I can't, like, the rules say I can't really go poking around each lot to see if there's any herbs growing, unless the cats are with me. So, oh boy. All right, well, Willow is gathering this plant. That's a sulfur plant. So they're, so far, most of them are worth only like one. All right, and I think she got another wildflower, this one. Another azalea. So far those are all only worth one. And then Mossleaf, she's coming over at the very least. Oh, don't run into that two-leg. We'll have to hiss at her if we run into her. Let her know, back off. Oh no, Mossleaf, no! I've never thought about this. What do we do if we run into a two-leg like this? Okay. All right, the only answer is to, apparently we just have to keep moving. We'll have to write down like something that we think should happen next time. Keep moving, keep moving. Ah, she almost kicked you. Like that. We should write down like if the two-leg would try to kick somebody. Oh yay, Squirreleap caught an iguana. Or if the two-leg would just leave him alone. That might be a good thing that we'll have to look into to figure out. All right, come on, Squirreleap. Squirreleap, don't you dare go home without your deputy. All right, and Dogaze finally caught a garter snake. I feel so bad for the cats. So this has kind of gone awry, to be honest. All right, and here is a mushroom. And I think we could at least use this mushroom for something useful. So let's go ahead and pick up the mushroom. And this is the only thing that we've really got to give the medicine cat now. So, oh boy, wild mushroom, and it's very nice quality at least, and we'll sell this sulfur in trade for it. So there we go. That's it, you guys. That is all we have. I think Mossleaf might haul herself exhausted into this area, the neutral territory. There's one more flower over here. They might do a little more hunting, but then I think they're going to have to go home, and they're pretty much empty pod. I thought those herbs at the odd herb place would be growing, and now we have learned our lesson over how important that is. And we'll have to see if the forest cats were relying way too much on the forest, or if they're able to get through Leaf Bear without almost any herbs to help heal them. Oh my gosh, this is going to be pretty tense, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.